Jai Gurudev to all of you. Myself Rohit Dutt, and I'm taking your business studies class. So, students, in our previous class we have done HUF, and today we will be doing partnership. Again, before starting, I would like to remind you, please go through the e-PDF of this chapter so that learning could be effective. And one more message, please follow the guidelines of lockdown and stay home and be safe. Coming to our first topic, that is partnership. You can see in the screen itself. So, by the name itself, you can understand partner. Okay, so a partnership is a form of organization in which two or more persons agree to cooperate to advance their mutual interest in a business venture. So, this form of organization is an improvement over sole proprietorship as it ensures greater capital investment, varied professionals, and managerial skills and sharing of risk. Partnership is a popular form of business for small scale and medium scale business. Okay, as the size of the business grows, one person is not enough to carry on managerial activities. Therefore, two or more persons form partnership to carry on business. Okay, so this form of business starts to overcome the problem of sole proprietorship. Now coming to meaning and definitions. Okay, so according to L.H. Hannay, okay, so according to L.H. Hannay, partnership is the relation between persons competent to make contracts who have agreed to carry on a lawful business in common with a view to private gain. Okay, uh, and according to the Indian Partnership Act 1932, Section 4, partnership is the relation between persons who have agreed to share the profit of a business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. Okay, there are many definitions of partnership and that can be written during your exam hours. Coming to our new topic, that is future. So first point, formation. Okay, as per Indian Partnership Act 1932, a partnership firm can be formed on the basis of an agreement between the partners. The registration of a partnership firm for its formation is not compulsory. Got it? Coming to our second, okay, the liability of all the members of a partnership firm is unlimited. The partners are individually and collectively liable to pay back the debts of the firm. Risk bearing. The partners bear the risk involved in the business jointly. If a business sustains loss, then partners share the loss in the same ratio in which they share profits. Okay. Point number 4, decision making and control. Each partner has a right to participate in management and decision making of the organization. The activities of partnership firm are managed through joint efforts of all the partners and decisions are taken by mutual consent. Okay. Then coming to next point, continuity. Existence of firm is affected by death, retirement, lunacy, madness, and insolvency. Insolvency means bankruptcy of any of its partner. It suffers from lack of continuity. The next, number of partners. Okay, so there must be minimum two members to form the partnership firm. Maximum number can be 50 as per Companies Act 2013. Okay, Section 464 of the Companies Act 2013 provides that number of person in any association uh, shall not exceed 100 subject to the limit prescribed in rules. So, in this regard, Rule 10 of the Companies Rule 2014 provide that no partnership shall be formed consisting of more than 50%. Therefore, limit as of now is 50 partners to prescribe maximum number of partners in a firm, but the prescribed number cannot be more than 100. Okay. Then coming to next, mutual agency. So there must exist a mutual agency relationship among the partners. Mutual agency relationship means that each partner is both an agent and principal. Coming to next topic, that is merit. Okay. First point, ease of formation and closure. So it is very easy to form a partnership firm. Only an agreement among the partners is required to form it. Similarly, it is very easy to close also such type of firms. Okay. Then second one, balanced decision making. In partnership, decisions are taken jointly by partners after consulting each other. Partners oversee different functions generally in areas of their expertise. Thus, wise and balanced decisions are likely to be made. Next, third one is more fund. So it is possible to raise larger amount of funds through partnership as each members contribute to a capital of the firm. Next point, sharing of risk. So in partnership, risk gets distributed among partners, which reduces anxiety, burden, and stress on individual partner. Next point, last point, that is secrecy. So the partnership firm is not required to publish its account and submit its report. Therefore, the firm is able to maintain confidentiality of information. Then coming to next topic, that is limitation. Okay. So limitation, first point, unlimited liability. Okay, so the liability of partnership is unlimited and they are liable individually as well as jointly. Okay, then coming to next point, limited resources. So there is a limit to limited number of partnership. So therefore capital investment is also limited. Next point, possibility of conflicts. So decision making authority lies with with all the group of members. There may be difference in opinion in certain issue which may result in disputes. Next point, lack of continuity. So partnership comes to an end with the death, retirement, insolvency or lunacy of any of its partners. Thus it lacks continuity. Okay. Then coming to next point, that is lack of public confidence. So partnership firm are not required to publish their financial reports and accounts. So thus they lack public confidence. Thank you, Jay.